Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something truly fascinating, the power of words and attraction. You see, the right words, when spoken with confidence and intention, have the potential to do much more than just grab a woman's attention. They can spark curiosity, build emotional connections, and even shift the entire dynamic in your favor. Now, most men tend to rely on generic compliments, things like, "You're beautiful," or "You look great today." While these might work in the short term, they often lack depth and fail to stand out in a sea of similar remarks. In this video, however, I'm going to show you 6 powerful phrases that go beyond the ordinary and set you apart from the crowd. These aren't just cheesy pickup lines or empty flattery. They're psychological triggers that have been proven to make you more intriguing, attractive, and desirable in a woman's eyes. The key here is intention. When you use these phrases with confidence and authenticity, you'll notice how they can open up conversations in a way that draws her in. It's not about tricking anyone. It's about creating a genuine connection that taps into emotions, desires, and curiosity. And trust me, the final phrase I'll share with you today is a complete game changer. Almost no men use it correctly, but when you do, it has the power to completely shift the way a woman perceives you. It's subtle, effective, and incredibly powerful. So, make sure you stick around until the very end. You won't want to miss it. Let's get started. Phrase 1. You have a unique way about you. I like that. When it comes to complimenting a woman, most men make the same mistake. They rely on the typical surface-level praise. Compliments like, "You're beautiful," "You have a nice smile," or "You look fantastic in that dress," are commonly heard. And while they're certainly appreciated, they're also predictable and forgettable. Women hear these compliments so often that, over time, they lose their impact. After all, everyone is saying the same thing. What stands out? What leaves a lasting impression? This is where the phrase, "You have a unique way about you, I like that," comes into play. It's not just a compliment, it's a recognition of something deeper. Something that makes her different from every other woman you've met. Most men focus solely on her physical appearance, but when you shift the focus to her essence, how she carries herself, how she thinks, or how she interacts with the world, you separate yourself from the crowd. This statement doesn't just make her feel good, it makes her stop and wonder, what does he see in me that others don't? Why this works? The beauty of this phrase lies in its depth. Unlike compliments about physical traits, which can feel shallow and transactional, telling a woman that she has a unique way about her makes her feel seen in a way that's rare. It speaks to her presence, her mannerisms, and her energy. It tells her, "I see you as more than just your looks." Women at their core want to be recognized for who they truly are, not just for their physical appearance, which everyone else sees. They want to be noticed for the subtleties that make them unique, the little things that define their individuality. Maybe it's the way she tilts her head when she's lost in thought, or how her eyes light up when she talks passionately about something she loves. Maybe it's the confidence she exudes, even in the most mundane situations. These nuances often go unnoticed by most, but when you spot them and acknowledge them, you show her that you are paying attention to something far deeper than the surface. The emotional impact. This compliment has a lasting emotional impact because it makes her feel genuinely seen. It's not just about being pretty, it's about being recognized for the qualities that make her who she is, the way she thinks, moves, and responds to the world around her. The impact of this compliment is emotional rather than superficial, creating a much stronger bond than simply commenting on her physical traits. By appreciating her essence, you create an emotional connection that resonates much deeper than any "you're beautiful" comment could. The power of delivery. To make this compliment work, the delivery is key. It must come across as genuine. You cannot simply repeat these words in a robotic manner without truly noticing something unique about her. The sincerity behind your words will be obvious to her. If you say it without really observing what makes her stand out, she'll sense the emptiness of the compliment. On the other hand, if you genuinely take the time to notice something special about her, Your words will feel authentic and thoughtful. Confidence is also crucial. When you deliver this compliment, make sure you do so with self-assurance. Eye contact is vital. It shows that you're fully present and engaged with her. A slight pause before speaking adds weight to your words, allowing her to fully absorb their meaning. A subtle smile can create intrigue, making the moment feel even more impactful. Authenticity is key. What makes this compliment unforgettable is its authenticity. If you say it simply to flatter her, she will likely recognize that your words lack substance. However, if your compliment is backed by genuine observation, it will stand out. Women appreciate authenticity. They're attracted to men who can make them feel unique and special in ways that others don't. Men who truly understand the psychology of attraction know that the key to drawing a woman in is to make her feel different, valued, and seen. Not just for her looks, but for her deeper qualities. When you show that you recognize her beyond the surface, it shifts the way she sees you. She'll start viewing you not as just another guy giving her compliments, but as someone who sees her in a way that others haven't. This perception makes you stand out, and from that moment on, she's far more likely to remember you. In essence, the phrase, "you have a unique way about you," I like that, isn't just about giving a compliment. It's about making an emotional connection. It's about acknowledging her essence, and in doing so, you'll leave an impression that lasts far longer than any generic praise. Phrase 2. I like women who know what they want. When asked what a man looks for in a woman, many instinctively list qualities they believe will make them seem more desirable. Things like kindness, beauty, intelligence, and loyalty. While these traits are certainly admirable, this approach often reveals a subtle, underlying desire for approval. It's as if the man is hoping the woman listening will measure up to his expectations, almost as if he's seeking her validation. What he fails to realize is that attraction isn't about impressing women. It's about setting a standard that naturally invites the right woman to step forward. The power in attraction lies not in seeking approval, but in having the confidence to establish your own expectations and boundaries. A man who truly understands this doesn't present a checklist of desirable traits when asked about his preferences. Instead, he frames his expectations in a way that subtly shifts the dynamic, putting him in a position of strength. One of the simplest, yet most effective ways to do this is by saying, "I like women who know what they want." Why this phrase works. At first glance, this may seem like a straightforward preference. However, it's much more than that. This phrase is powerful because it doesn't seek validation. Rather, it establishes a boundary. It doesn't chase after approval, it invites it. By stating this, the man doesn't need to tell the woman what he thinks is important in a partner. Instead, he indirectly communicates that he values clarity, decisiveness, and a strong sense of self. When a man says, "I like women who know what they want," he's not putting himself in a position of seeking approval. Instead, he's sending a message that he expects to be surrounded by people who have clarity in their own lives. The phrase forces the woman to pause and reflect, not on whether she fits his ideal, but on whether she meets his standard. It challenges her to evaluate herself. Do I know what I want? This subtle shift changes the dynamic significantly. The man no longer appears as someone vying for her approval. Instead, he becomes someone whose interest must be earned. The power of quiet confidence. The beauty of this approach is its subtlety. It's not about arrogance or being overly aggressive. It's about exuding quiet confidence. A man who says this with sincerity is a man who knows his worth. Women are naturally drawn to men who possess mental, emotional, and psychological strength. A man who knows what he wants is inherently attractive, but a man who expects the same level of clarity and certainty from others becomes irresistible. Confidence is about standing firm in one's own values and choices, not about seeking constant reassurance or validation. By stating that he likes women who know what they want, the man subtly communicates that he doesn't entertain uncertainty or hesitation. He doesn't have time for indecisiveness, nor does he allow it to dictate his relationships. He's clear about what he wants, and he expects that same clarity in return. The shift in the woman's mind. The impact of this approach becomes even more profound when a woman asks, "What do you look for in a woman?" and hears, "I like women who know what they want." In that moment, a shift occurs. Suddenly, she's not just assessing whether she measures up to his ideal, she's evaluating herself against the standard he set. She starts to wonder, do I fit that description? Am I the kind of woman who knows what she wants? This subtle shift changes the game entirely. Instead of positioning himself as someone trying to gain her interest, he becomes someone whose interest must be earned. The power dynamic shifts, and the man is now in control, not by manipulating her, but by simply knowing his values and refusing to settle for anything less than what he deserves. The importance of delivery. For this phrase to have its full effect, delivery is key. A man must say, "I like women who know what they want," with calm certainty. There should be no nervous energy, no eagerness to elaborate, and no attempt to justify the statement. The more he explains, the more he dilutes the power of his words. A confident man allows his words to stand independently, leaving space for the woman to process and respond on her own. Some women will lean in, eager to prove they belong in his world. Others might hesitate, unsure if they measure up. Either way, he remains in control, not through manipulation or force, but through knowing his worth and refusing to settle. Setting the standard. In a world where most men are constantly seeking approval, the rare man who sets the standard commands attention. The moment a man stops trying to be chosen and begins choosing for himself, the game changes. Women take notice, respect deepens, and attraction follows. At the core of every meaningful relationship is a fundamental truth. People value what they must earn. By setting high standards, a man becomes someone who is not just chosen, but desired and respected. The woman who rises to meet those standards will see him as a man of strength, integrity, and clarity, a man worth pursuing. By stating a preference for women who know what they want, a man establishes an attractive boundary that shifts the power dynamic in his favor. It's a subtle yet powerful way to communicate confidence and self-worth, and it creates an environment where attraction is no longer about seeking approval, but about earning it. Phrase 3. That's what I like most about you. Most men tend to focus on compliments that center around a woman's beauty. Phrases like, "You're gorgeous," or "You look amazing," are tossed around frequently, and while these remarks may be appreciated, they often fade into the background. They get lost among the dozens of similar compliments a woman has heard before. Over time, these compliments can become predictable and lack the emotional impact needed to truly capture her attention. What truly gets a woman to stop and take notice is a compliment that goes deeper. It's about acknowledging something unique about her personality, passions, or the way she carries herself. When you say, "That's what I like most about you," followed by a sincere observation, you create an emotional connection that stands out. This phrase shifts the focus from the superficial to something more meaningful. Just like men, women want to be seen for more than just their looks. They want to be recognized for who they are on a deeper level. Why this works? The magic of this phrase is that it centers on something intrinsic, something unique about her. When you highlight a specific trait, like her kindness, her enthusiasm when she talks about something she's passionate about, or how she makes people feel comfortable around her, you are reinforcing her self-worth in a way that's much more profound than a simple compliment on her physical appearance. Women often long for recognition beyond their looks. When you take the time to acknowledge a quality that she considers an essential part of her identity, it not only makes her feel special, but also creates an emotional imprint that's hard to forget. Studies show that people crave validation for the qualities they take pride in. So when you recognize a trait she values, something that defines her core being, you immediately make her feel understood and appreciated. This is powerful because instead of making her feel like just another pretty face, you are reinforcing the things that make her unique, showing that you see and appreciate who she truly is. The psychological impact of this is deep, and it builds a bond that goes beyond mere attraction. Authenticity is key. The effectiveness of this compliment lies in its authenticity. A forced or exaggerated compliment will feel insincere and will likely fall flat. However, a well-timed, genuine remark can linger in her mind long after the conversation has ended. To make this work, you have to be observant and truly listen to her. Maybe she shares an idea with passion, and you respond with, "How you talk about this is truly inspiring." Perhaps she handles a difficult situation gracefully, and you take a moment to tell her, "I admire your ability to stay calm under pressure." These compliments work because they make her feel special in a way that depends not on external beauty, but on her essence, who she is at her core. When you compliment her in a way that shows you've noticed qualities others might overlook, it creates an emotional bond that builds attraction. It moves beyond the fleeting excitement of physical chemistry and taps into something deeper. A woman will remember a man who sees her for more than just her appearance. When she realizes that you notice and appreciate the subtle aspects of her personality, the connection you build is far more profound than anything based on surface-level attraction. The lasting impact. The beauty of this approach is that it cannot be easily replicated. Any man can tell a woman she's beautiful, but only a man who truly pays attention can highlight the nuances of her personality in a way that feels personal and real. When you genuinely observe her, when you take the time to appreciate the little things that make her unique, you won't have to think about what to say next. It will come naturally. And when it does, it will leave an impression she won't forget. The key here is to be genuine in your compliments. When a man gives a compliment that is rooted in authentic appreciation, it stands out. It feels different from the countless generic compliments she's heard before. She'll begin to associate you with the feeling of being understood, and this sense of being truly seen is powerful. It deepens the connection and strengthens attraction because it's rooted in more than just physical appearance. It's rooted in who she is. Women remember the men who make them feel valued for who they are, not just how they look. A well-placed compliment that reflects her true self will do more than just make her feel good. It will forge a deeper emotional connection, and that connection, based on genuine recognition of her unique qualities, is what creates lasting attraction. In the end, the most meaningful compliments are not rehearsed. They are a reflection of who she is. When you take the time to genuinely observe and appreciate the little things that make her unique, you'll have no shortage of things to say. And when you do, she won't forget it. Phrase 3, that's what I like most about you. When it comes to complimenting a woman, most men naturally gravitate toward praising her beauty. Common phrases like, "You're gorgeous," or "You look amazing," are often used, and while these words can be flattering, they tend to lose their impact over time. They blend into the background, fading into the sea of similar compliments she has undoubtedly heard before. The reality is that these compliments, while appreciated, rarely make a lasting impression because they focus only on her appearance, an aspect of her that is repeatedly acknowledged by many. To truly capture a woman's attention, a compliment must go deeper. What truly stands out is the ability to recognize and acknowledge something unique about her personality, her passions, or how she carries herself. When you say, "That's what I like most about you," followed by a sincere observation, you create an emotional connection that feels more personal and meaningful. This simple phrase shifts the focus away from the superficial and onto something much more substantial, the qualities that make her who she is. It's the emotional impact that leaves a lasting imprint, something that goes beyond the temporary excitement of physical attraction. The power of going beyond. Looks just like men, women want to be seen for more than just their physical appearance. They long to be recognized for the subtleties that make them unique, and they want to be appreciated for their essence. The phrase, "That's what I like most about you," works because it shifts the compliment away from her looks and instead highlights a quality that matters deeply to her. Whether it's her kindness, her passion for a topic, her sense of humor, or the way she makes others feel comfortable, these attributes are what define her in a more profound way than mere looks ever could. When you take the time to notice these details, you acknowledge a deeper part of her, which reinforces her sense of self-worth. Instead of simply telling her she's beautiful, you're telling her that you value qualities that are intrinsic to her character. In doing so, you foster a sense of connection that's more genuine and lasting. Women are naturally drawn to men who can see them for who they are at their core, rather than just what's visible on the surface. When you give a compliment that recognizes this deeper level, she begins to associate you with a sense of being understood and truly valued. The psychological impact of genuine compliments. The psychological effect of this approach is powerful. Studies have shown that people, especially women, crave validation for the qualities in which they take pride, whether it's their intelligence, creativity, or emotional intelligence. When you recognize a trait she considers an essential part of her identity, it creates an emotional imprint. This validation triggers a deeper connection, as she feels seen and appreciated for the things that truly matter to her, not just for her outward appearance. For example, if she shares an idea with passion, you might respond with, "How you talk about this is truly inspiring." Or if she handles a difficult situation with grace, you could say, "I admire how you stay calm under pressure." These compliments work because they focus on her inner qualities, the traits that truly define who she is. They make her feel special in a way that's not based on the external, but rather on the qualities that make her unique. These kinds of compliments don't just acknowledge her beauty, they celebrate her essence. Authenticity is key to make this approach work. Authenticity is essential. A forced or exaggerated compliment will fall flat. Women can often tell when a compliment is insincere or overly rehearsed. The key is in the timing and delivery of the remark. A genuine compliment offered at the right moment will linger in her mind long after the conversation ends. For example, if you genuinely admire the way she handles a tough situation, telling her that you appreciate her composure will be meaningful. These types of observations don't require rehearsed lines. They come from genuinely observing and appreciating the person she is. When a compliment is authentic, it creates a deeper emotional bond, as it signals that you truly see and value her for more than just her appearance. It shows that you understand the nuances of her personality, the things that make her unique and special. This recognition makes her feel more connected to you, and over time, this connection strengthens the attraction between you both. A compliment that can't be replicated. The beauty of this approach is that it cannot be easily replicated. Any man can tell her she's beautiful, but only a man who truly pays attention can recognize and highlight the unique qualities that define her. When you take the time to genuinely observe her, you are able to provide a compliment that feels personal and real. It becomes a reflection of who she is and how you perceive her. This type of compliment doesn't require preparation. It flows naturally because it's rooted in truth and genuine observation. A well-placed, sincere compliment can leave a lasting impression. When you compliment her on the qualities that make her unique, you're not just another man giving her surface-level attention. You're someone who understands her, someone whose opinion she values. Over time, this builds a deeper connection, one that is rooted in emotional recognition and genuine appreciation. In the end, the most meaningful compliments are not rehearsed or superficial. They are direct reflections of who she truly is, her personality, her passions, her quirks, and the way she engages with the world. When you observe her closely and appreciate the little things that make her unique, your compliments will come naturally. And when they do, they will leave an impression she won't forget. By focusing on the qualities that define her as a person, rather than just her outward beauty, you create a deeper emotional connection that fosters lasting attraction. Phrase 5, I don't know if you can handle me. Confidence and playfulness are two of the most powerful forces in attraction. When a man masters the art of combining these elements into a conversation, he creates an irresistible dynamic that shifts the balance of power and positions him as the prize. Women by nature are not drawn to things that come too easily. They crave excitement, unpredictability, and a challenge that keeps them engaged. By using a simple phrase like, I don't know if you can handle me, a man taps into these psychological triggers and subtly piques her curiosity, all while making the interaction playful and intriguing. This phrase is more than just a statement. It's an invitation, a test, and a tease all rolled into one. It invites her to wonder what makes him so unique and why he's posing such a challenge. She'll find herself thinking, what is it about him that requires handling? Am I up for this? Suddenly, the conversation becomes less about her impressing him and more about her proving that she can handle whatever he's offering. It shifts the power dynamic in a subtle but significant way. Now, she is the one who feels compelled to prove her worth. This reversal of roles is one of the keys to the psychological allure of this phrase. The shift in power dynamics. The brilliance of this phrase lies in its ability to reframe the traditional dynamic between a man and a woman. In most interactions, the man is the one who tries to prove his worth, vying for her attention, seeking her approval, or trying to win her validation. But with "I don't know if you can handle me," the roles are reversed. Rather than chasing her or trying to impress her, the man is subtly prompting her to convince him that she is worth his time and attention. This is a quiet yet profound shift in the power balance, tapping into the deeper psychology of attraction in a way many men overlook. This dynamic can be incredibly alluring. Women want a man who is confident, self-assured, and doesn't seek constant validation. By stating, "I don't know if you can handle me," you're showing that you are already secure in your value. You're not trying to win her over. Instead, you're giving her the opportunity to prove she can keep up with you. This element of challenge, combined with playfulness, creates a magnetic allure that many men miss when they approach dating with a win-her-over mentality. The importance of delivery. While the phrase itself is powerful, delivery is everything. A man can completely ruin the effect if he delivers this line with the wrong tone. Too serious, too arrogant, or too forced. The key to making this phrase work lies in effortless confidence. It should come with a smirk, a casual tone, and a natural rhythm within the conversation. When said with the right attitude, it doesn't come across as egotistical or dismissive. It's playful, teasing, and lighthearted. The best time to use this phrase is when she playfully boasts about something, perhaps her confidence, her ability to handle difficult situations, or her adventurous spirit. For example, if she says, "I can handle anything," you can reply with a smile, "I don't know if you can handle me." This response immediately introduces an element of fun and flirtation, while subtly positioning you as someone with a unique presence who isn't easily impressed. The mystery factor. Attraction isn't just about physical appearance or status. It's about the energy a man brings to the conversation. The man who exudes an air of mystery, who doesn't lay all his cards on the table right away, and who carries himself with self-assured ease, is inherently more captivating. Women are drawn to men who make them work for their attention, and when you can balance mystery with playfulness, you create an aura of intrigue that is incredibly attractive. Predictable conversations are a quick way to lose a woman's interest. A man who appears too eager to please or too passive quickly becomes boring. But a man who knows how to mix confidence with a hint of challenge keeps the conversation engaging and dynamic. This phrase, "I don't know if you can handle me," accomplishes that effortlessly. It creates a flirtatious, exciting tone that intrigues her and invites her to lean in further. The dance of attraction. The true art of attraction lies in the dance between confidence and playfulness. It's not a sales pitch where you try to prove your worth. Rather, it's an interactive, dynamic exchange where both people are intrigued by what the other brings to the table. A woman wants a man who doesn't need her validation, who gives her something to chase, and who subtly makes her feel like she has something to prove. By delivering this line with a confident, playful air, you create an atmosphere where she's the one who feels like she has to rise to the challenge. The beauty of this approach is that it makes you unforgettable. Instead of coming across as just another man trying to impress, you stand out as someone who doesn't make everything easy or predictable. Women remember the men who intrigue them, who make them feel like they have to work a little to earn his attention and respect. And when you know how to make her feel like she has something to prove, she will find herself thinking about you long after the conversation ends. Conclusion. In a world where most men either come across as too passive or too aggressive in their approach, the man who can walk the fine line between confidence and playfulness is the one who stands out. "I don't know if you can handle me" is more than just a cheeky line. It's a subtle power play that positions you as someone with a unique presence, a man who isn't easily impressed, and a man who gives her something to chase. When delivered with the right tone and confidence, it shifts the dynamic, makes the conversation more exciting, and leaves a lasting impression. Phrase 6, "I'm not that easy." In the world of attraction, there's a subtle yet powerful truth that most men overlook. Being too available, too eager, or too quick to seek validation doesn't win a woman's heart. It actually does the opposite. The mistake many men make is assuming that by constantly showing interest, responding instantly to messages, and always being agreeable, they will somehow secure a woman's affection. In reality, women are not drawn to what is too easy. They don't crave a man who folds under the pressure of their beauty or attention. Instead, they are attracted to challenge, mystery, and a man who maintains his sense of self-worth and doesn't immediately seek approval. When a man carries himself with quiet confidence and demonstrates that he is not easily won over, he becomes irresistible, lingering in her mind long after the conversation ends. The phrase, "I'm not that easy," encapsulates this mindset perfectly. It's a subtle yet powerful tool that shifts the dynamic of an interaction, letting the woman know that you are not available for just anyone, and that your attention is not something to be taken for granted. This phrase is not about arrogance or playing games. It's about conveying self-respect, personal value, and the understanding that you are a man who chooses carefully, moves deliberately, and is not desperate for external validation. The psychological trigger, "Why I'm not that easy," works when a woman teases or tests a man. She is often subconsciously assessing his strength and ability to hold his ground. She wants to know if he is solid, if he can stand up to her flirtation, and if he is different from the countless other men who crumble at the first sign of her attention. Responding with a phrase like, "I'm not that easy," directly addresses this subconscious test and provides a clear signal that you won't be won over by charm alone. It's a challenge, one that she might not expect, and it forces her to stop and consider the dynamics of the interaction in a new light. The key to making this phrase effective lies in how it is delivered. A confident smile, a relaxed posture, and a calm, steady tone all communicate that you are in control. There is no nervousness or hesitation in your voice, no neediness, and no desperation for her approval. You're simply making a statement about who you are, what you value, and the kind of interaction you expect. This subtle power shift is what creates the tension that keeps attraction alive. The phrase makes her curious, and curiosity is a powerful driving force. The woman will begin to wonder, what makes him so different? Why isn't he easily swayed by my attention? This shift in perception opens up the potential for deeper connection and intrigue. The importance of mystery and challenge. Women don't want to feel like they can have any man with just a smile or a flirtatious glance. They crave excitement, unpredictability, and the sense that they have to work for a man's attention. This is where the challenge comes in. When a man is too predictable, too eager to please, or too available, the interaction becomes stale and the attraction fades. On the other hand, when a man remains just out of reach, somewhat unpredictable, and slightly challenging, he becomes the one she can't stop thinking about. What makes this approach so effective is that it speaks to a woman's deeper psychological needs. At the core, women want to feel that they are worthy of a man's time and attention. By asserting, "I'm not that easy," you are subtly telling her that she will have to earn her place in your world. This is not a rejection or a dismissal, but an invitation to show her worth in a way that isn't based solely on surface-level attraction. It's about respect, self-assurance, and a sense of mystery that keeps the interaction exciting and dynamic. The dance of self-respect and attraction. The phrase, "I'm not that easy," is fundamentally about self-respect. A man who knows his worth does not throw himself at every opportunity for validation. He is not desperate for attention, and he doesn't give his energy freely to anyone who asks for it. Instead, he makes deliberate choices about who he engages with and how much of himself he gives. By maintaining a sense of mystery and not folding at the first sign of flirtation, he builds a life that is fulfilling and exciting, one that a woman naturally wants to be part of, but only if she can prove she belongs there. A woman does not want to be the center of a man's world. What she wants is to be invited into a life that is already rich, exciting, and full of adventure. When you make it clear that you are not easily won over, she begins to see you as someone valuable, a man with standards and an intriguing life that she wants to be a part of. This is where the real magic of the phrase lies. It's not about rejecting her or pushing her away, but about setting a standard. It's about communicating that your life is so fulfilling and exciting that a woman has to earn her place in it. She will not be the center of your universe, but she may become a part of it if she can demonstrate that she is worthy of your attention. How to deliver it right. The importance of tone and body language. Just as with any phrase or tactic, delivery is crucial. If you deliver the phrase, "I'm not that easy," with a sense of arrogance or superiority, it can come across as off-putting. However, when delivered with the right tone, it becomes a powerful tool that builds attraction. The delivery should be calm, confident, and playful. There should be no tension in your voice, no hint of insecurity or neediness. When a man carries himself with quiet confidence and demonstrates that he is not easily won over, he becomes irresistible, lingering in her mind long after the conversation ends. The phrase, "I'm not that easy," encapsulates this mindset perfectly. It's a subtle yet powerful tool that shifts the dynamic of an interaction, letting the woman know that you are not available for just anyone and that your attention is not something to be taken for granted. This phrase is not about arrogance or playing games. It's about conveying self-respect, personal value, and the understanding that you are a man who chooses carefully, moves deliberately, and is not desperate for external validation. The psychological trigger. Why I'm not that easy. Works when a woman teases or tests a man, she is often subconsciously assessing his strength and ability to hold his ground. She wants to know if he is solid, if he can stand up to her flirtation, and if he is different from the countless other men who crumble at the first sign of her attention. Responding with a phrase like, "I'm not that easy," directly addresses this subconscious test and provides a clear signal that you won't be won over by charm alone. It's a challenge, one that she might not expect, and it forces her to stop and consider the dynamics of the interaction in a new light. The key to making this phrase effective lies in how it is delivered. A confident smile, a relaxed posture, and a calm, steady tone all communicate that you are in control. There is no nervousness or hesitation in your voice, no neediness, and no desperation for her approval. You're simply making a statement about who you are, what you value, and the kind of interaction you expect. This subtle power shift is what creates the tension that keeps attraction alive. The phrase makes her curious, and curiosity is a powerful driving force. The woman will begin to wonder, what makes him so different? Why isn't he easily swayed by my attention? This shift in perception opens up the potential for deeper connection and intrigue. The importance of mystery and challenge. Women don't want to feel like they can have any man with just a smile or a flirtatious glance. They crave excitement, unpredictability, and the sense that they have to work for a man's attention. This is where the challenge comes in. When a man is too predictable, too eager to please, or too available, the interaction becomes stale and the attraction fades. On the other hand, when a man remains just out of reach, somewhat unpredictable, and slightly challenging, he becomes the one she can't stop thinking about. What makes this approach so effective is that it speaks to a woman's deeper psychological needs. At the core, women want to feel that they are worthy of a man's time and attention. By asserting, "I'm not that easy," you are subtly telling her that she will have to earn her place in your world. This is not a rejection or dismissal, but an invitation to show her worth in a way that isn't based solely on surface-level attraction. It's about respect, self-assurance, and a sense of mystery that keeps the interaction exciting and dynamic. The dance of self-respect and attraction. The phrase, "I'm not that easy," is fundamentally about self-respect. A man who knows his worth does not throw himself at every opportunity for validation. He is not desperate for attention, and he doesn't give his energy freely to anyone who asks for it. Instead, he makes deliberate choices about who he engages with and how much of himself he gives. By maintaining a sense of mystery and not folding at the first sign of flirtation, he builds a life that is fulfilling and exciting, one that a woman naturally wants to be part of, but only if she can prove she belongs there. A woman does not want to be the center of a man's world. What she wants is to be invited into a life that is already rich, exciting, and full of adventure. When you make it clear that you are not easily won over, she begins to see you as someone valuable, a man with standards and an intriguing life that she wants to be a part of. This is where the real magic of the phrase lies. It's not about rejecting her or pushing her away, but about setting a standard. It's about communicating that your life is so fulfilling and exciting that a woman has to earn her place in it. She will not be the center of your universe, but she may become a part of it if she can demonstrate that she is worthy of your attention. How to deliver it right. The importance of tone and body language. Just as with any phrase or tactic, delivery is crucial. If you deliver the phrase, "I'm not that easy," with a sense of arrogance or superiority, it can come across as off-putting. However, when delivered with the right tone, it becomes a powerful tool that builds attraction. The delivery should be calm, confident, and playful. There should be no tension in your voice, no hint of insecurity or neediness. A confident man who says, "I'm not that easy," communicates that he is comfortable with who he is and that he doesn't need anyone's approval to feel validated. A relaxed posture, steady eye contact, and a confident smile all contribute to the effectiveness of this phrase. When she asks, "What do I need to do?" or challenges you in some way, responding with, "Maybe I'll tell you someday," adds an extra layer of mystery and excitement to the conversation. It keeps her guessing and keeps the tension alive. Two things that are essential for building attraction. Avoiding the pitfall of predictability. Boredom is one of the biggest fears in attraction. A man who is too predictable or too agreeable loses a woman's interest quickly. Women are not interested in men who are entirely manageable or easy to figure out. They want someone who brings excitement, challenge, and a sense of unpredictability into their lives. The man who knows how to balance confidence with a bit of mystery becomes the one who stands out and keeps her engaged. By saying, "I'm not that easy," you are not only rejecting the idea of being overly available or predictable, but you are also inviting her to take the time to understand you, engage with you on a deeper level, and earn your attention. The power of understanding attraction. Mastering attraction is not about memorizing a set of lines or trying to manipulate a situation to your advantage. Instead, it's about understanding the deeper psychology behind human interaction, what draws people in, what makes them stay, and how to engage in a way that builds genuine connection. The 6 phrases discussed throughout this guide are tools that help you subtly shift the dynamic in your favor, but they are only effective when used with confidence, authenticity, and emotional control. When you stop seeking validation and start communicating with a sense of self-worth, you instantly become more attractive. You no longer chase, but instead, you create a space where others must work to earn your attention. Attraction is about how you make someone feel. Not just what you say, but how you make them feel in your presence. When a woman senses that you are different, that you are comfortable in your own skin, and that you aren't easily won over, she will naturally lean in, wanting to know more and wondering what it would take to win you over. This curiosity is what sets apart a forgettable interaction from a truly magnetic one. Conclusion: the lasting impact of self-assured attraction. Ultimately, the phrase, "I'm not that easy," serves as a reflection of a deeper understanding of attraction. It's not about playing games, being manipulative, or making someone work unnecessarily hard for your attention. It's about demonstrating that you have a life that is worth being part of, and that you are not easily swayed or impressed by superficial charm. When you maintain an air of mystery, confidence, and self-respect, you become the one who is always remembered, the one who women chase, rather than the one who is always chasing. And that is the true power of attraction. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever used these phrases or similar strategies in your conversations? Which approaches have worked best for you? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I read them all, and if you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss more insights into attraction, confidence, and self-improvement. Keep leveling up, and I'll see you in the next one.